Live from the Grenadian capital, this is the GBN Television News. GBN, covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York, via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd.
The news headlines is brought to you compliments GUT Credit Union.
Imagine having the home of your dreams. Imagine investing in that piece of property you can call your own. Imagine finally doing that home improvement project you've always been thinking about. It's time to stop imagining and start doing. Let the GUT Credit Union help you take the first step with fantastic rates, affordable repayments, and reduced legal fees. Make the move. Get better terms on your mortgage. Use your home equity to make those dreams a reality. Act now. There's really no place like home. GUT Credit Union. It's where you belong.
This is Network News for today, Thursday, the 30th day of September 2021. I'm Odette Campbell. In the headlines, the island records 6th road fatality for the year as a biker succumbs to injuries sustained during weekend mishap. Another biking accident happening this afternoon at Old Wester Hall. 2 persons said to be seriously injured. Economists calling for a lockdown to help lower the rate of COVID-19. Prime Minister steps down from Sid's dark presidency. Financial planner Lance Garway thinks emphasis should be placed on agriculture and not on tourism in the 2022 budget. He joins us live this evening. The Eastern Caribbean Central Bank Governor Grenada's Dr. Timothy Antwine outlining the challenges faced during what he dubs another pandemic school year. In GBN Health this evening, digesting the benefits of mangoes. And the Royal Grenada Police Force gifted much-needed supplies by the Brussels mission. Let's go to Prisca Patterson as we look ahead to what's happening in sports and across the region.
In regionals, Haiti postponed elections scheduled for November despite pressure from the international community. And tonight we join our sister station TV6 for our sports roundup with James Saunders.
Thanks, Prisca. We'll be looking ahead definitely to those, and we'll bring you details after these messages.
Are you a small business and would like your business to grow? Do you have an event, products, or services that people should know about? Be wise. Advertise. Book your spot on GBN Shopping Guide. Be part of Grenada's biggest advertising medium, the Grenada Broadcasting Network. Call our sales department now on 440-2446 or 440-3033 or GBN plus the number sign. Email us at sales@gbn.gd. Special conditions apply.
And welcome back. The island has recorded its 6th road fatality. 43-year-old Daniel Matthew McIntosh of Marley St. Patrick has died following a biking accident. The mishap occurred on Sunday at 10:28 p.m. on the Marley Public Road in St. Patrick. Police confirmed to GBN today. The reports received is that the vehicle, which was driven by an individual whose name is being withheld, was reversing and made contact with Mr. McIntosh. He was rushed to the Sauters Medical Center and subsequently transferred to the General Hospital in St. George, where he succumbed to his injuries on Monday. Police say the matter remains under investigation and that no one has been arrested to date. However, one person has been questioned in connection with the incident. And news coming to us this afternoon indicated that there has been a vehicular accident along the Old Wester Hall main road. Indications are that a motorbike was involved. At least 2 people were injured and seen lying in the roadway in what appeared to be a serious accident, indeed nursing serious injuries. Paramedics were called to the scene and both were rushed to the General Hospital. GBN will bring details as they become available. Moving on to education. If you have a child in classes which write exit exams but you do not have internet access, then help is on the way. You will be able to access broadband internet services through the government's second stimulus package. The ICP package provides assistance for students in Forms 5 and Grade 6. So far, about 500 families have applied for assistance. Joseph Kado followed the official launch of the project today and captured highlights of what is being provided.
1,500 households will benefit from the Internet Connectivity Program. It is part of the Stimulus Package 2.0, which is designed to bring relief to various sectors of the population. Coordinator Jeffrey Gilbert says this program has great significance at this time.
This program has a very particular significance at this point in time. There's no need to remind us that we are operating in a pandemic. Schools are closed. The delivery of education and learning services are done via a virtual mode. And this is why this component of the program is so critical. We cannot stop, throw our hands in the air because the COVID pandemic is here. Our children's education is critical. It's critical. It's a critical building block for the development of this country.
Providing assistance to families so that their children can have access to the online platform. There's a tripartite approach to the project.
So a parent, a guardian, is expected to make a contribution of $20 towards the program. The government of Grenada will contribute $30, and a telecom service provider will make a contribution of $54. So the total contribution is $104.
Mr. Gilbert says the pandemic has affected our everyday living, but this is not a time for reckless abandonment.
So again, I just want to stress how critically important this segment is. The education of our children is a critical pillar in our development. While the pandemic rages, the more students can be positively engaged in training and development, we would certainly see some positive fruits down the road.
Students must have a great attendance record, and this will be verified by data captured through the schools, which are then submitted to the Ministry of Education. He says there will be limits, and students will not be able to roam the entire internet because of the level of bandwidth being provided through the Internet Connectivity Program. Joseph Kador, GBN News.
And as the second stimulus package is rolled off, coordinators have been providing clarity on just who will benefit and how persons can access funds. Among other things, it was announced today that support is being provided for persons both in the formal and informal sectors through income support. It was made clear that persons in the informal sector do not need to be registered with the National Insurance Scheme or the Inland Revenue Department for taxation purposes. Persons on the SEED program who have been on a waiting list have also been told that cash transfers can be made and that this will be administered through the Ministry of Social Development. Unemployment benefit is now payable directly through the stimulus office at the Grenada National Stadium. It provides support for people who were employed through the formal sector. One of the project leads, Ms. Chanel Andrews, explained how persons could access this benefit.
Now, who can really benefit from that unemployment program? You have been working in a business, and due to the restrictions or the downturn in the economy, you have been sent home or laid off temporary. You can apply for unemployment benefits, and we have been receiving a lot of queries, whether it's the employer that have to apply or the individuals. The individuals would apply, but of course you would have your letter from your employer stating that you were temporarily laid off with a copy of your National Insurance Scheme registration card accompanying your application.
The second stimulus package also provides support for persons in the transportation sector. This is being administered through the Grenada Development Bank. Manager Mr. Mervyn Lord sought to clarify misconceptions surrounding how this works.
A number of bus operators believe that the loan was to take or consolidate their loan from the commercial bank to the Grenada Development Bank. Now, while we can provide a consolidation and we can take over a loan, the Grenada Development Bank is not about, and this program is not really about moving credit from one institution to another institution, unless the particular facility is very, very, very onerous. And of course, we have our assessment to determine whether or not it is onerous. So you may have a loan in let's say a credit union or a commercial bank. Your loan may be at 8.5%. The institution may have provided certain easement during this difficult time, but you may just want to benefit from the 1% and have the full loan transferred to GDB, unless that is the only means of that business surviving. We will not, take bread from the other financial institutions just by providing a 1% loan. So I think that was that needed to be clarified. Yes, we can consolidate loan, but it is not all loans that we will just consolidate.
And that was Mr. Mervyn Lord, the manager of the Grenada Development Bank. And moving along this evening, as mentioned last night, the 2022 budget consultation is being held this evening and is being held virtually. While the budget is in the air, there's discussion now about whether Grenada should go under lockdown again. Let's go over to Prisca Campbell for this report.
Have locals become addicted to fast food? And if they have, is it a sustainable lifestyle? The question comes from economist Ambrose Phillip, who is advocating for a lockdown of the country to help lower the rate of COVID-19 infections. Appearing on GBN's To The Point program Thursday morning, Mr. Phillip questioned the focus on tourism as was seen in the last 4 months.
The strategy of trying to save livelihoods, especially in the hotel and entertainment and tourist sector, has failed. It has failed. I don't know, haven't got onto the red list. I don't know when we're coming off. So let me concentrate on saving people's life. Eventually, we will get back to addressing the matter of livelihoods. But let us prioritize and focus on life at this point in time. You think I want to do? I have to eventually, but I'm ready yet. Let me focus on life.
Mr. Phillip responded to concerns that locking down the country will result in too much hardship.
I have never heard of anybody in Grenada suffering from starvation or malnutrition. There is an abundance of food around us, except we have the notion that the only food that we could eat is macaroni and Kentucky and fries. If that is a perception that we have, then people in distress.
The Grenadian economist believes that too much natural food, such as the main ingredient for the Grenada national dish, goes to waste.
I had 3 breadfruit trees on my premises. 3 breadfruit trees. I don't know what to do with breadfruit. You reach a stage where I couldn't get a man to time one of them and me going up there. It's too high. I had to cut on one. Too much. There is not going to be starvation if we decided to shut down for a while. Unfortunately, it may encourage more pot on the roadside and all the rest of it. And you know what was going on with Potman, a symbol, and all the rest of it, right? But we're not going to be faced with starvation. I don't believe that this is a contest. Life before livelihood at this point. Because remember, I tell you, we're still in the first wave. We're still in the first wave. Are we going to get another 139 before the first wave done? Are we going to get another 139 before the first wave done and the second wave didn't even start yet? Oh God, let's deal with realism. Let me deal with realism. I ain't no scientist, right? And I ain't throwing down no mathematics and statistics for you. Let's deal with what is in front of us.
Mr. Phillip told the To The Point host that there's one single question that needs to be answered.
Why did we resist lockdown before? We resisted lockdown before because we saw a glimmer of hope in the hotel sector and in the SGU-dominated South. And we catered for that. I don't want to use the word compromise, but we bend it to that. Look at the price. So again, Blossom, I ask you the question, how many more must die?
Krista Campbell, GBN News.
As mentioned a short while ago, at this time, the 2022 budget consultation is in progress, and we are now joined live by Mr. Lance Garway. He's a financial planner. He's Grenadian. He's residing in Toronto, where he has his financial consulting firm. Mr. Garway, good evening, and it's so nice of you to join us this evening.
And good evening to you. Thanks for having me on.
So, as we mentioned, the 2022 budget, there's a look ahead to that, and there is a consultation going on right now. And some people are wondering, in this kind of pandemic period, what kind of budget can we look ahead to in 2022?
Obviously, the budget would have to recognize, firstly, the effects of COVID and its impact on the budget. While at the same time still laying the groundwork for long-term development. So I would think if I had a part in drafting that budget, I would put a lot of emphasis on making sure that small businesses, independent business people receive the cash flow that would help them tide through this COVID period. And that would be one of my main areas of the new budget.
And some people are wondering, can this be a real budget, or should we be saying probably that we're going to produce a holding budget for a period of 6 months to see how things transpire?
Well, a budget is a budget, and a budget always has short-term needs, short-term goals, and medium and long-term goals. So that part has not changed. But the emphasis, I think, would be greatly helpful to the economy if cash flow is improved for small businesses, cash flow improved for the agricultural sector, the fisheries, and so that would, as I said earlier, tide the economy over.
And there has been in the last 20 years or so heavy emphasis on tourism, which has been maybe the main engine of growth. And there's been robust discussion here in the last year. You mentioned agriculture, which is spot on. People have been saying that agriculture has been neglected for too long and the emphasis needs to come back home, so to speak. Would you be placing emphasis on tourism in this budget if you were the Minister for Finance?
At this stage, my answer would be no, because as you can see, what happened to tourism during the pandemic? We had no control over that sector in terms of the guests coming to Grenada. We have control over production and marketing of local agricultural products, production and marketing of fisheries. We have control over individual business people providing services within the COVID protocols. So that, to me, is the emphasis at this period. Certainly making plans for when we recover, when we get over the COVID season, or I shouldn't say season, but the COVID pandemic, that there are plans in place for future development, tourism, etc.
Thank you so much, Mr. Garway, for sharing with us this evening and taking the time out of your busy schedule. So the presentation is on as we speak, and then there'll be the budget presentation. I'm certain you'll come back and take a look at it and explore further how we're moving along. And in 2022, we see how that goes. Thank you so much again. We were speaking there with Mr. Lance Garway. He is a Grenadian financial planner. He has his consultancy firm in Toronto, Canada. And we want to thank him again for joining us. This is Network News. We'll be back after this message.
You're welcome.
Across Grenada, Carriacou and Petite Martinique, Flow has been the leading telecommunications provider for decades. As we continue to work for you, we are modernizing our fixed network and transitioning all customers to our latest technology. By the end of 2021, the new network offers customers faster speeds, better quality, and a more reliable service experience with faster fault detection and repair time. Upgrading to the new network is free. Just visit any of our retail outlets. Look out for sales agents in your community Call our virtual store at 444-3569 or send us a text via WhatsApp at 407-3569. Remember, as we transition to our new network, we are simultaneously shutting down our older network. To avoid service interruption, arrange to make your move to the new network as soon as possible. Flow, committed to connecting our communities.
Republic Bank remains committed to providing all its valued customers with high quality and personalized service in a safe and comfortable environment. In order to maintain COVID-19 protocols while serving you, it has become necessary to arrange an appointment with your relationship officer or the customer service representative at your branch for the following products and services: loans, overdrafts, credit cards, new accounts to include savings, checking, certificate of deposit, and foreign currency, reactivation of dormant accounts, and private banking for existing customers only. You may also log on to our website, complete the application form for the service required, and submit via email to your specific branch. Requests for appointment can also be emailed to customerservice@republicgrenada.com or via private message on our Facebook page. For private banking service, kindly contact your specific branch via telephone. We look forward to welcoming you.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Dear customer, please help us limit the potential impact of COVID-19. If you have cold, flu, or COVID-19 symptoms, please postpone your visit to Grenlec. We recommend using online banking to make payments, available through Co-op Bank, Republic Bank, and FCIB. You can also use check drop boxes at each of our locations. For bill balances and other information, call 237. For additional support, email customersupport@grenlec.com.
Foods is safe after an emergency or disaster. In case of a power outage, keeping the refrigerator door closed will keep foods safe for about 4 hours. Throw out refrigerated leftovers and perishable foods after 4 hours. A message from the Grenada Food and Nutrition Council in collaboration with the Ministry of Health with support from the Pan American Health Organization.
The croton scale insect, a new threat to our agricultural production, is now creating major damage to several plants. Mango, soursop, plums, guava, avocado, and crotons are among the main ones affected. Excessive sooty mold, black blight, is associated with this pest. Take action now. Cut and burn infested fruits and shoots. Do not move infested materials to other areas. Treat with horticultural oils and recommended insecticides. Request assistance from the Ministry of Agriculture. Follow all safety protocols when burning trash or applying pesticides. A message from the Ministry of Agriculture.
Ridgeway Residences, a modern, exclusive residential community offered by Ariza. Purchase one of our completely built houses or let us build for you by simply choosing your lot, choosing your home design from our selection, and let us do the rest. Owning a home does not have to be a frustrating process. For more information, contact Ariza Credit Union on 415-0994 or send us an email on info@ridgewayresidences.gd. Ridgeway Residences, hassle-free home ownership.
5 lucky customers are enjoying free drinks, free electricity, free fuel, extra cash account, free internet, cable, and data, all for 1 year. Hubbard's Live Free for 1 year big promotion. With just 2 draws remaining, you can be the lucky winner in August and September for property or vehicle insurance for 1 year, free cooking gas for 1 year, and the big free groceries for 1 year. Live free for 1 year with Hubbard's in association with Sol Gas, Flow, Grenadian General Insurance, Carrot Brewery, Coca-Cola Grenada Bottling, Grenlick, Communal Cooperative Credit Union, Dutch Lady Milk, Promo, Danny, and Supreme. Hubbard's Live Free for 1 year big promotion.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
There's a reason we have been here to serve you for the past 40 years. A reason we have continued to grow. A reason we have continued to celebrate. That reason is you. We have been here to help you plan for your future and here to help you celebrate your achievements. We continue to be here, even when the future seems unclear. Because one thing is certain, you're the reason we care. Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
And now for a look at other news. PM demits SID's office. An unprecedented second consecutive term in office as president of the 5th Assembly for the SIDS DOC has come to an end for Grenada's Prime Minister, Dr. Keith Mitchell. This was the 6th Assembly for the Small Island Developing State SIDS, which was held on Wednesday. In his remarks as the outgoing president, Dr. Mitchell highlighted the impact of COVID-19 on small islands and their economies.
Noting the drastic changes which occurred in 2020 following the 5th Assembly in 2018, Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell impressed on the significance of having established an organization such as the SIDS DOC. SIDS DOC focuses on creating island energy for island life by transforming energy sectors into a catalyst for sustainable economic development, thereby generating funds to address adaptation to climate change. Highlighting the effects of COVID-19 on small island developing states, the outgoing president said this is a prime example of reinforcing the point that the grouping has no other choice than to adapt to climate change.
Demonstrating its agility, the SIDS DOC Assembly decided to modify its program, knowing that we need to ramp up our ocean energy initiative through the continued support of our kind and generous partners.
The Prime Minister pointed to ocean energy development as a critical factor to meeting sustainable development goals for small island developing states and the foundation of the blue economy.
We must and can pin our hopes on oceans as we seek to save a future for our children. There is a constant engagement from the desk of the President to keep our organization going and to secure benefits for member states.
He said the Prime Minister of the Kingdom of Tonga, as the 6th President, will inherit a portfolio of projects which focuses heavily on oceans.
Blue Guardians program. This is intended to work with selective seeds to increase climate resilience and to achieve nationally determined contributions in the seas. Selected countries will be able to access the necessary information to plan for and implement climate change adaptation within defined coastal zones, onshore and nearshore.
Dr. Mitchell noted the ocean can be the main source of energy for the development of island states as they seek new ways of powering the economy via renewable energy. I am Gerard Joseph for GBN News.
The Eastern Caribbean Central Bank Governor, Grenada's Dr. Timothy Antwine, has dubbed it another pandemic school year. He notes the significant apprehension from students, teachers, parents, and policymakers. He says they still have to show how to safely conduct education in the region. We get details in this report.
In the latest edition of the ECCB Digital Dialogues, pandemic and education was the focus of the discussion. ECCB Governor Timothy Antwine highlighted concerns of possibly losing a generation of children in the pandemic if measures are not taken. Greater integration of technology and a more individualized approach to cater to students were some of the education reforms suggested. William Hodge, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Education, noted that in St. Kitts they are formulating a new curriculum to deal with the challenges of school in a pandemic.
The new curriculum is also providing a set of criteria by which our students would graduate from secondary school.
Yes.
So we are no longer, when this is completely rolled out,
yes,
we are no longer depending on our students passing a number of CXC subjects to recognize them as graduates of our secondary schools.
Hodge said critical to this process will be monitoring and assessment as well as continuous learning.
We are no longer saying that students have to wait until the end of a term or the end of a semester to be given a grand big test. As teachers complete a particular unit of work, a certain amount of lessons, then they assess students. And this has merit because they're able to know which topics, which areas, which children have not mastered particular topics, and they're able to reteach or redirect and differentiate the instruction.
Beverly LeBlanc, teacher and educator from Dominica, welcomed this approach, which gives credence to summative and formative continuous assessments.
You assess for learning because you need to know the students' learning styles, their learning preferences, and their interests.
Yeah.
And you assess as learning because that is going to guide you in terms of the content and the process.
Yes.
And then you assess of learning, which will guide you in terms of what kind of product. So you assess also continuous assessment is very, very critical for ensuring that our students meet the learning outcomes. So
Omelia Child, teacher from St. Vincent, also impressed the remedial learning approach. I am Gerald Joseph for GBN News.
In this week's GBN Health Edition, we focus on the nutritional value of a prolific fruit consumed by many in Grenada.
When you need your prescription filled or you require non-prescribed medication, supplements, or all your personal needs, visit Gittins Healthcare at locations on Wall Street, Grand Anse, Victoria Street, Grenville, and Central Deputy Street, Wall. Gittins Healthcare aims to provide an exceptional personalized pharmacy experience. Additionally, children under 5 and adults 55 years and over will enjoy 10% discount on purchases of $20 and over on prescription medication. Stop settling for less. Visit Gittins Healthcare, where your health is our priority.
Mango is one of the most prolifically growing fruits in Grenada. It is a stone fruit, meaning it has one hard seed surrounded by tasty fruit. There are many variations of mangoes, some being better for drying, some good as a puree, and others perfect for eating fresh. Here are a few of the most popular varieties of mango in Grenada.
The level of popularity in terms of the name, you hear mango long and you hear mango thin. Those are two popular mangoes.
Mango long mango is the most popular mango in Grenada by far.
Consuming mangoes can help protect and strengthen the body in several ways. In fact, studies link mango and its nutrients to health benefits such as improved immunity, digestive health and eyesight, as well as a lower risk of certain cancers. A We Culture viewer chimed in on the mango's discourse and shared other possible health benefits of the fruit.
This mango seed itself, when it falls on the ground and it dries, it makes a mango oil. And this mango oil from the seed, the dry seed, could be used to clean your skin and to help when there is cellulite or bumps on your skin. The oil from the mango seed can be used to do that.
In addition to its scrumptious tropical flavor, mangoes deliver nutritional value and make healthy eating a delightful sensory experience. Let's take a look at the nutrition story of mangoes.
Mangoes are a superfruit.
bursting with antioxidants, vitamin C, and different vitamins and minerals, such as vitamin A, folate, fiber, vitamin B6, and copper.
In a written correspondence to the GBN, nutritionist Akim Williams noted, quote, mangoes provide tremendous health benefits because of their high nutritional value. They are also a great source of energy, vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants, which all play an important role in protecting the body from oxidative damages, supporting the immune system, and sustaining overall health, unquote. For this week's Health Update, I am Prisca Campbell reporting.
Very interesting. I'll never take the mango for granted anymore. And now let's take a peek through the GBN ISO lens. Let's see what our citizen journalists have been up to.
A good eye captures all. GBN ISO is brought to you by Clear Vision.
Life is beautiful if only you can see it. Clear Vision Eye Center helps you do just that. We provide expert service, classy eyewear, and cutting-edge technology, all with a quality customer experience. See better, feel better, and look better. Meet us today at clearvisiongrenada.com or call 444-0055, WhatsApp 409-0055, or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Clear Vision Eye Center. Let's see life and the world with a clear vision.
Tonight's submission features a sweet fruit originally from southern Africa, watermelon. Watermelon is related to the cantaloupe, zucchini, pumpkin, and cucumber family. What's more is that it's a good dietary source of both citrulline and lycopene, two powerful plant compounds. This juicy fruit may have several health benefits, including lower blood pressure, improved insulin sensitivity, and reduced muscle soreness. While watermelons are predominantly eaten fresh, they can also be frozen, made into juice, or added to smoothies. Our ISA reporter's lens captured this watermelon growing in a flower pot by the financial complex in St. George's. We thank our ISA reporter for this submission. Continue to send us your photo and video submissions via WhatsApp on 405-3052 or our other social media platforms.
I guess the race will be on to see who gets to that watermelon by the financial complex first. We'll see how that race plays out. This is Network News. Still to come from us, the Royal Grenada Police Force gets supplies from the mission in Brussels. We'll tell you just what they received after these commercial messages.
Consumers Guarantee Insurance advises the public of a temporary change to their office hours, effective September 28. The new hours are Mondays to Thursdays, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m., Fridays, 8 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. These office hours will continue until further notice. As we continue to cope with this pandemic, all are reminded to remain safe and follow all COVID-19 protocols. We thank you for your understanding and cooperation.
Everybody get ready, because on Sunday, October 3rd from 6 p.m., the 29th edition of Waggity Virtual Bingo is on. And this time you can win a whopping $10,000 US. And it's only $10 US per ticket. What are you waiting for? Invite a friend. Tell them all about the fun and excitement when you play Waggity Virtual Bingo. Get your tickets from gotofed.com or numerous box offices island-wide in Grenada. All overseas players. Tickets are only available at gotofed.com. Sunday, October 3rd. Join the fun online. Play Waggity Virtual Bingo. Remember,
it's the new way to play bingo.
You can now send a gift card to your loved ones locally or internationally thanks to the food fair. Here's how it works. Click the gift card icon or banner. Customize your gift card by choosing from different templates, dollar amount, and personalized messages. You can also upload your personal design. Select Add to Cart and complete transaction. Allow relatives and friends to pick up an item or items at the food fair for the dollar value. Gift card. It's that easy.
Introducing Color by Sissons. citizens. Colored by citizens. Colored by citizens.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
You want a hand sanitizer to do 3 things: kill germs, be gentle, and to go where you go. You can get all of that in our hand sanitizer. Hard on germs, gentle on hands, affordable. Remember, hand sanitizers contain alcohol. Keep away from heat and flames and avoid contact with eyes. Available at retailers island-wide.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
We are all essential in the fight against COVID-19.
At Courts, we're doing our part and we encourage you to stay at home, stay safe, and shop online at www.shopcourts.com.
For added convenience, our Courts online customers will receive free delivery and get up to 20% off televisions, appliances, and homewares. Plus, if you shop with Ready Finance, you will pay nothing down for 60 days. Now, you can stay home, shop online, and save.
Remember, do the essential. Wear a mask, wash your hands, practice social distancing, stop the spread.
Let's get tough on greedy and larceny. It will destroy our economy. Larceny threatens our food security. Can hurt us locally, hurt us globally. To all the buyers, ask for license from all produce sellers. To all people, 300 for police for them thieving fellas. To all the families, don't steal produce from your brother. Then you sell it to traffickers, hotels, and street vendors. Nah, man. Let's do all we can to stop greedy and larceny. New vigilance, new laws, and a tough judiciary. Stop Grenada's organized business crime. It's time.
To report greedy and larceny, call 300.
Looking for a professional team offering around-the-clock, private and confidential nursing, medical care, and aid services? Then look no further. Nurses Care Grenada is a fully certified, insured, and licensed healthcare facility committed to the reduction and eventual elimination of healthcare disparities affecting the nation. Our registered nurses will visit you at your home, assess your condition, and provide the required treatment under the directive of a doctor. So why worry when there's Nurses Care Grenada? Give us a call, 406-3928. Nurses Care, reliable, trusted professionals we can all depend on.
This is GBN. We've got the means, the power, and the medium. This segment is brought to you by Flu.
Across Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique, Flow has been the leading telecommunications provider for decades. As we continue to work for you, we are modernizing our fixed network and transitioning all customers to our latest technology. By the end of 2021, the new network offers customers faster speeds, better quality, and a more reliable service experience with faster fault detection and repair time. Upgrading to the new network is free. Just visit any of our retail outlets. Look out for sales agents in your community. Call our virtual store at 444-3569 or send us a text via WhatsApp at 407-3569. Remember, as we transition to our new network, we are simultaneously shutting down our older network. To avoid service interruption, arrange to make your move to the new network as soon as possible. Flow, committed to connecting our communities.
And it's great to have you with us. As per usual, welcome again to our listeners on K105. We're moving on to news from the RGPF. The force was gifted on Thursday with some much-needed equipment. It was a donation made possible through the Grenada Mission in Brussels, and it has been involved in mobilization efforts, especially for the police force. The presentation was made to the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of National Security, Kim Frederick, by the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Roxy Hutchinson.
Today we are pleased to hand over to the Ministry of National Security and the RGPF some items, protective items for the officers of Coast Guard, wetsuits and boots. We have cutlery for use, as well as disposable masks. We understand the constraints that government is undergoing at this time with the increase in the COVID cases and the important work that our colleagues in national security do as frontline workers. And so today, it's with a great pleasure that I present to my colleague P.S. Frederick these items.
The donation was received by the Assistant Commissioner of Police, John Mitchell.
Now, certainly with every challenge, there is opportunity. And with the challenge that Coast Guard is facing now, certainly they would have used it to leverage partnership and cooperation. And I'm really excited that they would have done such. So I just want to again say that is a great opportunity that we have here now. And I think that the gifts that we have here would certainly go a tremendously long way in the operational readiness of the Coast Guard unit in terms of advancing its operational mandate of safety, response, and rescue in general. So we are extremely elated, glad, and again, our gratitude to all involved. And again, on behalf of Commissioner of Police, I just want to say thank you very much.
And moving on to health news, the presence of the Delta variant of the COVID-19 is being blamed for a number of deaths on the island. The government is providing hope as they say they're seeing a light at the end of the tunnel. Let's get details from Christina John.
Since the middle of August 2021, Grenada started recording a steady increase in local COVID cases, first weekly, then daily. The cumulative number of cases reached 5,140. The death toll has also climbed, reaching 149 to date. The government, through its Ministry of Health, is reporting what it calls some positive news. Dr. Taisha Donnell, Acting Medical Director, gave reasons for the decline.
Note and happy to say over the last week we've seen a steady decrease in the number of positive cases that we have on island. There are different reasons for the decline. One, that the disease is taking its course. Two, that there's an increased amount of persons vaccinated within our population, and that also helps in terms of curbing that spread. And generally speaking, you have the natural course of the disease. So you have that graph where you have a spike and then you have a decline. So we're now in the decline phase where the disease in terms of spread has taken its course and we're going to now have a decline. Of course, that is also dependent on us following those 4 measures that Dr. Noah spoke about.
The Acting Medical Director also celebrated the increase in vaccination numbers. She noted that people 60 and over with underlying conditions are the ones most impacted by the virus, although the virus has claimed the lives of persons from as young as 18 and old as in their 90s. Dr. Donald highlighted some of the measures and adjustments made for COVID-positive patients that they believe will avoid direct contact with non-COVID patients. A special X-ray area is one such adjustment created to accommodate COVID patients only.
At Accident and Emergency, you would have noted that we established a flu clinic, an area where all persons with COVID-like symptoms or flu-like symptoms can be attended to outside of the regular triage area. You would also note that our wards have expanded. Our isolation unit has expanded, and we now have capacity at the General Hospital for up to. We also have expanded to establish a critical care unit with 4 beds for ventilation, solely for COVID-19 patients. And it's outside of our ICU for our regular non-COVID patients.
The medical practitioner continued to highlight other adjustments within the health sector.
At our lab, we had to set up a whole new department, our molecular diagnostics department, which is the department responsible for conducting the PCR test. And again, we are very happy to say that it's been flowing very well, functioning very well. Of course, our lab technicians, they've been working some crazy hours. For our patients and their families, we have established a COVID-19 patient liaison group. This is to assist and ensure that family members can be updated and can connect with us and get an update on the status of their patients.
Christina John, GBN News.
Thanks, Chris, for that update. This is Network News. Still ahead, a look at what's happening around the region and around the world, and a look at what's happening in the wide and wonderful world of sports with Prisca Patterson. You won't want to miss that. There's some excitement coming up. Do stay with us here at GBN.
It's your summer everything loan from the Communal. Borrow up to $10,000 for all your needs. School supplies, staycation, home renovations, appliances or furniture. You can have it all with a summer everything loan. With competitive interest rates and same-day approvals, you can't beat this loan special. Not a member? Join today to get onto this exciting offer. It's your summer everything loan from the Communal. Apply today and take advantage of this exciting offer. Visit the nearest Communal branch or call us at 440-1755 for more information. Lending terms and conditions apply.
For quality herbs and herbal supplements, or are you thinking about having a complete body cleanse to jumpstart your health? Then no need to look further. Visit Nirvana Natural Health Clinic, Detox Center, and Natural Health Store. We carry a wide range of herbal products for kidney and gallstone cleansing, male sexual enhancement formulas, asthma and sinusitis, gas and bloating, acid reflux, constipation, arthritis, imbalanced hormones, female health issues, liver cleansing, weight loss, and so much more. Also available, colonic irrigation, holistic health consultations, essential oils, and diffusers. Look out for our online natural health store coming soon. Call 231-6642 for 18-7115 or 449-7753 to find out about our delivery options or to book an appointment. Visit us at Belmont St. George's, close to the Foliage, Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Nirvana Natural Health Clinic. Detox your way to health.
Keeping an eye on the weather. This is GBN. We've got you covered. The weather is expected to be partly cloudy to cloudy with light to moderate showers and thunder showers. Air temperature at midday, 25 degrees Celsius. The winds east-northeasterly to easterly at 5 to 15 miles per hour. Seas moderate with waves 3 to 5 feet in open waters. No warnings currently in effect. Low tides at 8:09 p.m. and high tides at 1:27 a.m. Friday's sunrise is expected at 5:57 a.m. and sunset at 5:59 p.m. Mostly cloudy weather expected with light to moderate showers and thunder showers. On Saturday, we can expect the sunrise at 5:57 a.m. and sunset at 5:58 p.m. The weather is expected to be cloudy to cloudy with light to moderate showers. On Sunday, sunrise is at 5:57 a.m. and sunset at 5:57 p.m. Partly cloudy and hazy weather expected with few morning showers.
Good evening, sporting fans, and tonight we join our sister station TV6 for our sports roundup with James Saunders.
Cycling hops into the saddle, and this country has qualified for a record-breaking 8 spots for the upcoming World Track Cycling Championships, which takes place next month. TNT clinched spots in the men's sprint, carrying, team sprint, omnium, elimination, scratch race, 1 kilometer time trial, and the team pursuit for the championship, which runs from October 20th to the 24th. Cycling President Rowena Williams says it's an achievement to applaud.
Well, it's quite an exciting time for cycling right now for 2021. We now have 8 events that we have been allocated in the World Championship, something we have not seen in cycling. And definitely kudos goes out to our cyclists who would have participated in the qualifying events that would have allotted us the spots at the World Championships. Kudos definitely to all our cyclists.
Well, there is a catch to this achievement, however, as Williams also said that they would not be able to field athletes in all of the events. The cycling president points to limited finances and the absence of a team training as the main reasons for the setback. Well, despite these setbacks, she feels it's an opportunity to prepare for endurance riders in 2022.
Unfortunately, this allocation came in a time when we are not able to even field a team pursuit team. We have no cyclists training and preparing for that. And it's definitely a sad time where we cannot field teams to go to the World Championships, haven't been allocated that spot. But it says something to us. It says that we now definitely, more than anything else, have a future in both sprint and endurance, and we have to definitely refocus as a fraternity in terms of not concentrating only on the sprint, but definitely in endurance going forward.
It's all about the dollar bills as the days count down towards the national budget. And the Ministry of Sport and Community Development has begun disbursing outstanding funds to elite athletes and national sporting organizations. Following up the $1.8 million check given to hockey recently, the minister has given out another $1.5 million to 14 other members in the Elite Athlete Assistance Program and for the Sport Grant for organizations. Some athletes include Aaron Prince, Dylan Carter, Kishore Walcott, and Nicholas Paul. Sport Minister Shamfa Kajoor assured all recipients that the ministry will continue to work hard to support the sporting fraternity to further develop and strengthen the sector. It's time to buckle down in the crease as a half-century from Evan Lewis. Well, that went in vain as Rajasthan Royals went under to the Royal Challengers Bangalore by 7 wickets in the UAE. Lewis smashed 58 to guide Rajasthan to 149 for 9, but that total, well, it proved quite insufficient as another half-century from Glenn Maxwell guided RCB to victory in the 18th over.
Rajasthan Royals were sent into bat by Royal Challengers Bangalore in their group stage match in Dubai.
We'll get a few more of the last 4 to be precise, 5 from it.
Openers Evan Lewis and Yashasvi Jaiswal gave their team a good start.
That's in the gap, and it's timed well enough.
Their partnership was worth 77 from 8.2 overs.
Yashasvi Jaiswal, change of fence forgotten, and he treats.
Jaiswal was caught for 31, giving Dan Christian the scalp.
That's the breakthrough RCB wanted.
Lewis continued to do his part and reached his first half-century for his new franchise in style.
Really good shot and a great way to bring up his 50.
With his score on 58, Lewis skied his 37th delivery to the keeper and had to depart.
The next ball, is this gone? Yes it is, there's it.
More trouble for Rajasthan when Yuzvendra Chahal struck with the ball. Also productive with the wide cherry was Shabaz Ahmed.
Straight away there's a chance in the deep and it's taken.
Both Chahal and Ahmed were parsimonious, picking up 2 wickets each.
Would that be another wicket? Yes it is.
And Harshal Patel bowled the final over, taking 3 wickets.
Slices it, another wicket, what a catch!
Rajasthan Royals were restricted to 149 for 9 from their 20 overs.
But he hasn't timed it as well.
When RCB replied, skipper Virat Kohli and Devdutt Padikkal opened the batting.
Well, that will help. That will help.
The two put on an opening stand of 48 runs, which set the foundation for the batting side.
Driven by Devdutt Padikkal.
Padikkal was bowled by Mustafizur Rahman for 22. He was soon followed by Kohli, who was run out for 25 as he attempted a sharp single, 58 for 2.
Who directed is what he needed.
Srikar Bharat was joined by Glenn Maxwell, and the two took RCB closer to their target.
And it finds the boundary.
Their partnership was worth 69 runs for the third wicket.
Slapped away offside behind point. Beautiful.
Bharat was caught in the deep for 44, giving Rahman his second scalp.
Is that a wicket? Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
But there was no stopping Maxwell, who brought up his 50 with his boundary, and the scores were also tied.
50 for Glenn Maxwell.
In the end, a 4 from A.B. de Villiers got RCB home in 17.1 overs. They reached 153 for 3 to win by 7 wickets. Narwani, TV6 Sport.
All right, Pastor Bonius, who thought you'd be learning new words in cricket? It's time now for some quick maths as we look to the points table ahead of tomorrow's game between Dwayne Bravo's Chennai Super Kings and Jason Holder's Sunrisers Hyderabad. Well, CSK are on top with 16 points, with Delhi Capitals also on the same number of points, but with a lower net run rate. RCB remain in third with 14, followed by KKR and Mumbai Indians on 10 points each, with Pollard's Mumbai in the danger zone. While Punjab Kings and Rajasthan Royals have 8 points each, while Sunrisers Hyderabad, who have already been eliminated, well, they are the table proppers, dead last on 4 points.
And that's it for our sporting segment. Up next, we have our One Caribbean Hookup, where we take a look at what's been happening around the region. So stay tuned. In St. Lucia, COVID-19 has infiltrated the police force. The disruptions have forced authorities to remove dozens of officers from active duty to undergo mandatory quarantining. Government has since introduced a ticketing system for suspected COVID protocol breakers, which Deputy Commissioner of the Royal St. Lucia Police Force, Dorian O'Brien, says reduces officers' risk of the exposure to the virus and allows the force to focus its already stretched resources on more serious criminal activities. We have more in this report.
COVID-19 and the risk of exposure compound local law enforcement efforts to address crime. Holding cells in the various police stations are now potential COVID hotspots. In August, Prime Minister Philip J. Pierre, also the line minister for the island's security agencies, reported as many as 150 law enforcement officials had to be removed from active duty due to COVID-19 exposure. On September 29th, Deputy Commissioner of Police Dorian O'Brien confirmed more than 30 police officers have tested positive. With fewer officers on the job, more pressure has been brought to bear on policing operations. Policing in a pandemic presents its own set of challenges. In 2020, special COVID-19 related legislation was enacted. However, enforcing the COVID laws meant officers were placed in direct contact with civilians suspected of breaching the COVID protocols. Soon, police officers and inmates in lockup began testing positive. The Philip J. Pierre administration, aware of the occupational safety concerns, sought to reduce on-the-job exposure for beat and patrol police officers and introduced a ticketing system for COVID protocol breakers. Except the actual ticketing sheets have not been available for police for more than 3 weeks. Authorities are taking steps to beef up COVID protocol enforcement and supplement human resource constraints in the police force. On September 29th, the police force welcomed 49 new special constables, among them former COVID wardens. Rihani Izudo, NBC Prime.
progress is being made on the implementation of 2 centers for vaccine development in this region. Shanakisha Francis now reports on this potential game changer.
The Pan American Health Organization, PAHO, recently announced the selection of 2 regional centers in Argentina and Brazil as regional hubs for the development and production of mRNA-based vaccines. This is in a bid to tackle COVID-19 and future infectious disease challenges. Director for PAHO, Dr. Carissa Etienne, says that this can help the region in developing vaccines for multiple diseases.
This is a strategic initiative because mRNA technology can also be used to develop other virus vaccines for relevant public health problems in our region, such as Zika, dengue fever, and others.
Dr. Etienne says this will be beneficial to the region for years to come.
Both of those institutions that were chosen have a long track record of vaccine manufacturing and will build on this legacy to protect people across the region from the threat of COVID and from future health risks.
All vaccines that will be produced under this initiative will be available for all countries in Latin America and the Caribbean through PAHO's revolving fund benefiting the entire region.
Of course, there are many steps to making vaccines. So we are also inviting public and private pharmaceutical manufacturers that can develop and produce essential components for the mRNA vaccines to become a part of this regional platform.
Applications will be open until October 15. All qualified professionals are encouraged to apply. For ABS News, Shanakisha Francis reporting.
Haiti has postponed elections scheduled for November despite pressure from the international community. Prime Minister Ariel Henry says he will set new dates soon, but this is now the 4th time election has been postponed. With growing instability in the country, many Haitians say security is their main concern. Al Jazeera's Andy Galashe reports.
This is a nation without a functioning government, where gang violence is so prevalent that people are forced to hide. Many are fearful of kidnappings in neighborhoods where gangs appear to have total control. Adding to the sense of insecurity is yet another painstaking recovery from an earthquake in August that claimed over 2,000 lives. Prime Minister Ariel Henry is now under intense pressure to hold elections and rebuild the legislature. But that won't happen until sometime next year, after he dismissed Haiti's Electoral Council, saying they were too partisan.
The biggest challenge is that I have to face the challenge of mistrust. People don't believe what is being said. We have very specific objectives to hold elections.
Plans are now in place to hold a referendum on changes to the Constitution, with the hope that a general election will soon follow. Compounding the turmoil is the forced repatriation of Haitians from the US-Mexico border. Many resettled in other countries years ago and don't want to be back. The investigation into the so-called mastermind behind July's assassination of President Jovenel Moïse is still ongoing. His death, the spark that set off a power struggle, leaving Haiti once again in a precarious position. Andy Gallagher, Al Jazeera.
And that's it for a look across the region. We'll now cross back to Odette Campbell. Have a great night.
Recapping the main points in the news this evening, the island records its 6th road fatality for the year as biker succumbs to injuries sustained during weekend mishap. Another biking accident this evening at Old Wester Hall, 2 persons said to be injured. Economists call for a lockdown to help lower the rate of COVID-19. Prime Minister steps down from Sid's DOC presidency. Financial planner Dr. Lance Garraway thinks emphasis should be placed on agriculture and not on tourism in the 2022 budget. And of course, he joined us live this evening, looking ahead as the presentation of the preparation for the budget is being held this evening with a consultation. The ECCB Governor, Grenada's Dr. Timothy Antwine, outlines the challenges faced during what he dubs another pandemic school year. And in GBN Health, we had a very interesting feature on the benefits of mangoes. I will never look at mangoes the same way anymore. And the Royal Grenada Police Force gifted much needed supplies by the Brussels mission. And looking at what was happening around the globe this evening, Haiti's postponed elections now scheduled for November despite pressure from the international community. And in sports, Trinidad and Tobago qualifies for a spot in the World Track Cycling Championship. That's Network News for today, Thursday, the last day of September 2021. On behalf of the entire news team, I'm Odette Campbell. We'll see you again tomorrow when October shows our way.